So we don't know if the clubs have received. Let us find out from one club. If we find out from one, it may give us an idea of one is a very small sample size, and it's a very bad way to represent the 18. But let's see if we can get some clarity. Well, we have Kennedy Boachian on the line. He's the CEO of Nations FC, and he joins us. We just want to ask him a question or two. Kennedy, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. How are you doing?
Good morning, my brother Nathan. I'm very fine. I hope you are fine too.
Yes, we are fine. Thank you so much for asking. So I just read the official statement or a story published by the Ghana Football Association on its portal that they had disbursed 1 million cedis to the clubs. I just want to find out, has Nations received its money yet, or it's in the pipeline, as we say?
Oh, good morning once again, and good morning to your cherished listeners. I can say on authority that Nations FC received a value of 1 million Ghana cedis yesterday. And on the CU's platform, I can also confirm that almost every club has also confirmed receiving the 1 million Ghana cedis. So we are extremely grateful to the GFA for this wonderful gesture.
Wonderful. So at least that's been confirmed that some clubs, including Nations, have received, and others.
I think from what the confirmations that I got from our CEO's platform on WhatsApp, almost every club has confirmed receiving the money, including us to focus on Tikotako, Samates, Mediema, almost Horror United, almost every club has confirmed on the CEO's platform.
Okay, yes. That's good. Kennedy, I just want to find out something. So when there were discussions between the clubs and the FA and Adesa Productions, were there modalities surrounding the use of this amount of money? For example, have the clubs been tasked to use this 1 million to deal with one or certain particular things, or clubs can use the money based on their own discretion?
Well, there were no modalities. What we were told was that it was to support our preparations for the league. Most of the clubs also last season struggled in terms of preseason and also payment of winning bonuses, salaries, and all that. So the FA actually didn't give us any straight guidelines as to how those monies are supposed to be used. But as club administrators, we all know what goes into running the day-to-day administration of our clubs, and so we already know how we are going to use our money. But they actually didn't give us any straight jacket modalities as to how the monies are still supposed to be used.
Okay, let me ask this from a consumer's perspective, i.e., fans most especially, and if you want to include the observers, what should they start to see from the clubs now that they've been given this amount of money in terms of support? Should we start seeing, what should we start noticing differently about clubs in the Ghana Premier League now that they've been given this amount of money?
Well, this is unprecedented in the history of Ghana football as to the kind of support the GFA has ever given to any of the clubs. And so, in the first place, we'll gladly say a big thank you to the Keto Kriku administration for this gesture. But as club administrators or as clubs, I think we owe it a duty or a responsibility to ensure that these monies are put to good use. I do not think that there is a time for club administrators to go use these monies to go buy private cars for their private use. The most important thing is that we need to ensure that the players are paid well. At least their per diems are also paid. Their winning bonuses are paid. And beyond that, at least branding is extremely key. In terms of marketing and all that, we owe it a responsibility to ensure that the Ghana Premier League is positioned in such a way that even if clubs do not get total sponsorships, at least the league itself will attract corporate Ghana. So we just need to put the money to good use.
Great. Let's talk about Nations. You started the season off with a good 2-1 win over All Blacks. All Blacks scored first. You had to come back from a goal down to win that game quite late. Your thoughts on Nations, the performance you witnessed, and what should fans expect? What should fans expect in round 2 from Nations FC?
It is work in progress, but I was quite excited. But I know we need to take it to one game at a time. Especially when we went down in the first half, we struggled a bit in the first half, but the coaches did a yeoman's job in the second half by making some substitutions, and that ensured that we got the equalizer and eventually got the match winner, and that is the way to go. It is work in progress, like I said. We'll take it one game at a time. Celebrations are over for that game. Now there are concentrations on the game against the Diana Stars on Sunday in the Mahi group. So we have put that victory behind us. We would want to concentrate more attention on the game against the Diana Stars. So we'll take it one game at a time. But at least it was good that we were able to start on a very good note.
Wonderful. I know the season is long. It's only one game out of 34. But some people think that, after what happened last season, Nations have learned the ropes. They are probably very equipped now to make a good push for the Premier League. Do you feel the pressure? Are Nations FC under pressure to exceed expectations last season, or you just want to take it a game at a time and ultimately see where it takes you?
Our ultimate goal is to win the Ghana Premier League. Because if you check out the investment that has been made by Dr. Kwame Chee and his sons, Divanche Boedu, who's the president of Nations FC, and the vice president, Porche Bafo, and all of us at the club. Our ambition is to win the Ghana Premier League, just like all the other Premier League clubs. So we put a lot of effort. We have put behind whatever happened to us last season. We are focused on just taking it a game at a time. But our ultimate dream is to be able to win the Ghana Premier League. And at least I also would want to make history for myself by being a CEO and the first CEO to lift the Ghana Premier League trophy for Nations FC. So I think we are going to put in a lot of hard work. We have had a lot of programs. We had an orientation session for the explaining body where we had a couple of personalities, Oscar Bimpong, who is a mindset revolutionist. He came over, spoke to the players, spoke to the minds of the players. We had Dr. Tamara, who came to speak to the players on health issues and all that. So we are well prepared. And indeed, we'll have such sessions mid-season so at least we can actually see our way clear. But I know for sure that Nations FC will be the team to beat this season.
All right, Kennedy, thank you so much. We wish you all the best ahead of Ediana on Sunday and all the best ahead of the rest of the season.
I am told you're a Nations FC supporter.
You are told I'm a Nations FC supporter. The club I have.
Neneka told me.
Neneka told you I support Nations FC. Well, I actually
also supports Nations FC.
I had
even my late mother supports Nations FC.
Wonderful. I had Nations in my top 4 predictions of the season. I don't know if Nations can do better and win the league, but I had Nations in my top 4.
I owe you a replica jersey.
Okay. No problem. Kennedy, thank you so much. Enjoy the day.
Thanks for having me, bro.
All right. That was Kennedy Boachiansa, CEO of Nations FC. Ray, so at least, from what Kennedy has told us, he says that on the CEO's platform, first he says Nations have received their money. Good. Okay. He says on the CEO's platform, he can tell us on authority that a large number of clubs in the Ghana Premier League have also received their money.
Well.
If he's saying so on the WhatsApp platforms and he's on the CEO's WhatsApp platform, we can take his word for it.
Fantastic.
That's why I asked him that. So what should we now expect? Anyway, before we say anything, thumbs up to the GFA. They actually disbursed the money. Thumbs up to Adesan Productions and whoever it is that made it possible. If you get what I mean. So that is that. So listeners, the Ghana Premier League clubs have received their 1 million cedis, which is good. Kennedy said something. He says this is not the time for club administrators to go and buy new cars and live lavish lives. So we'll have to check what they do. My call to the clubs is that now that you've received your money, we don't want to hear any more stories of players have not been paid for weeks and months. And I expect the GFA, and this is a greater call to the GFA, to keep their eye on the clubs. The GFA must ensure that the clubs behave themselves, especially on the financial side, because they've been given money. The 1 million cedis may not solve all their problems, but at least it is 1 million cedis some people didn't have that they now have.
Yeah.
I'm sure when some clubs were plotting for the season, they didn't have 1 million cedis sitting down.
That is correct.
So it is 1 million cedis you have been given.
Yeah.
Put it to good use. Put that money to good use.
Yeah.
Put that money to good use. I've said it 3 times. A lot of times we talk about clubs not having money. You've been given this money. It doesn't mean that you sit down and fold your arms. It means that you now have a platform on which to build. It's like a child. When your parents die or when your dad dies and he leaves you a fat inheritance, what he's giving you is a head start. So if you sit down for somebody whose parents didn't give them anything to come and bypass you,
Yeah.
so I expect the clubs to take this. This is a platform on which to build. Take this. Use this as a base and build on it. Find extra sponsorship. Find ways of supporting your finances, because the journey of the Ghana Premier League club across 34 games is not a cheap one. We have been told you need, I wonder if the 1 million is enough to even cover, let's say, maybe it could cover fuel for the season. I'm sure it does. But we've been told that the average amount of money you need to run an entire Ghana Premier League season is about $1 million to $1.5 million. For the more expensive ones, 2 million cedis. So at least you've been giving, let's say, if nothing at all, half of what you need to run a season. Find the other part. Make sure that your finances are in order. Make sure that everything you do is in order. That's why I'm tasking the GFA to keep an eye on the clubs. If any club shows up to say we don't have money, please ask them serious questions.
Nathan, to help me here, I want to believe this 1 million Ghana cedis has been given the clubs.
Yes.
Is similar to what the Premier League would give to Premier League clubs as part of broadcast deals.
Well, yeah, we can assume so.
That is.
Yes.
That is.
So all the broadcast money goes into this big pot.
No, so I for the avoidance of that, I just want to be clear.
Yeah, because they say that this is part of when you read the statement.
So
it says under its new partnership with Adesa Productions. Adesa Productions are the broadcast rights holder. So we are to assume.
So this money is coming from Adesa Productions.
Yes.
As part of broadcast rights for the Ghana Premier League. If that is so, some of us want to know a bit more. What is the value, the total value, in terms of what Adesa Productions has committed on that contract for this season, next season, or next 2 seasons? What is the monetary value there? Because, for instance, the English Premier League.
Yes.
We know that between 2022 and 2025, a certain amount of close to $10 billion pounds.
10 billion pounds
is what they are raking in from international TV right broadcasts and domestic. Okay, that is what is supposed to go across board.
So it is that money that they share to the clubs. Yes.
So we want to know, and it will be important that the clubs themselves ask: is it a one-time payment? Is it going to come
every season,
midway through the season again? Or this is all we are getting? So what is the value of that broadcast right the FA has sold to Adesa Production? Okay, so it's a partnership. Yes. How much is the partnership worth? Okay, so that clubs will know that, okay, the FA gave production or broadcast rights of the Ghana Premier League at X amount.
Yes.
For X number of years.
Yes.
Club owners must be concerned.
Yes.
Otherwise, this 1 million Ghana cedis has been given to them without details on proper documentation around the agreements, the partnership, the figures involved, the years involved. It leaves us with a lot more questions than answers. So, is it a handout? Is it a gift? That is what I asked you. Is it broadcast rights money that has been given the clubs? Or the FA feels that, oh, because of our partnership, this is what they have brought, so let's share it to the clubs. Okay. Is that the case? You know, all of these things must be clear. You know, in the CAS document, the case that King Faisal filed against the FA at CAS, questions were asked about handouts to stakeholders.
Yeah.
The 1 million Ghana cedis that was promised, which has since been disbursed, came up in that document as to what it is. What is it? What money is it? You see, in all of this, one thing has remained clear in the communication we've received from the FA.
Okay.
They have not been confident enough to tell anybody or to tell the whole world that this 1 million Ghana cedis was given the clubs is part of broadcast rights money. They were very clear when they were giving monies out when the start times deal was on, right? They told the clubs that because of the broadcast rights that Start Times has,
yes,
Start Times is giving you X amount of money.
Yes.
They had durations with which that money would come and all of those things. It was clear. But you see, Nathan, I want you to help me. Maybe you've seen a communique to that effect, which clearly states that this partnership with Adesawe is linked to broadcast rights. And this broadcast rights money that we receive from Adesawe, there's an onward transfer of 1 million Ghana cedis to clubs as part of the deal. The FA has remained silent on exactly what that money stands for. Okay, they just say, oh, it's a partner, because of our partnership with Adesawe, we are giving clubs 1 million cedis. What is in the partnership? And why is Adesawe giving that 1 million? There's a reason why that money is being disbursed.
Okay.
There's a name for that line item, 1 million Ghana cedis. Is it because, oh, we've come into partnership with Adesawe are doing us a favor by giving class 1 million Ghana cedis? Is that the case? You understand?
Yeah, I get
so, let us be clear that this is indeed broadcast rights money. The clubs know it is broadcast rights money. So, because of the image the clubs have, let us look at it. Yeah. The image the clubs have. And because it is their product, you've sold to Adesawe one way or the other. They are benefiting from say. In that way, you can't control what they use the money for. You can't regulate what they use the money for. You understand? If the CEO decides to go and buy a Land Cruiser tomorrow, you can't ask him any question. Okay? But if you want to control how that money is spent, because in one breath, we are told that, oh, a government wants to help Premier League clubs stay afloat by keeping players. Government has come on board to make sure they give them this money so that the players, the player attrition rate will reduce and all of those things. Yes, that is true. So, a lot of communications have come around this 1 million Ghana cedis. It is not clear. For most of us, it is not clear. That's why we are saying that. Look, the clubs must be interested and must be concerned. Where is this money coming from? What is it for? Is it a gift? Or is it something they are giving to us and we'll be holding a cane behind our backs, telling us how we should spend it? Or it is our image that has earned us this money? Clubs must be concerned. Clubs must be interested. Maybe they are excited today that 1 million Ghana cedis have hit their accounts. But there are lots more issues they should be concerned about than just that money hitting their accounts. You see the way your man was singing praises, unprecedented. With this unprecedented money, what is it? Is it the GPL that is so big, that's so attractive, that Atesa Productions has decided to buy the rights? And by so doing, clubs must benefit from the hard work they've done in the Ghana Premier League to position it there. Okay. If that is the case, let the communication be clear. If this is a handout from government to help support the clubs, that communication must be out too as well. so that we know exactly where this 1 million is coming from and what this 1 million has come to do. So otherwise, Nathan, for transparency's sake, the FA must come clear
on what the 1 million represents.
Yes, because Nathan, this has entered a partnership with GFA. They leave it there. Maybe that is not information for us.
Okay.
But the CEOs and the clubs, what have they been told? Do they know what the details of that partnership is? And we hear government is also supporting. What is government's own contribution in all of this?
Okay.
Is it infrastructure? Is government building infrastructure, refurbishing all the match venues as part of their contribution? Is that the case? What else is involved? What is in it? When I saw Chief of Staff, I saw Sports Minister, I saw Majority Leader at the launch of this Adisa partnership.
Yeah.
Well, Nathan, on any ordinary day, you won't see the Chief of Staff and all that.
Well, that is true.
We saw them. Meaning that government is very interested in the Ghana Premier League. Is it just lip service interest? Or is just presence interest? Because the president was at the Hearts game, right? Was he there?
Yes, he was.
The president
Did
was
the president make it?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Was he there?
I need to
Because it
double.
was advertised.
It was advertised that he was supposed
But
to.
I did not see the president there.
No, I
I didn't see the president there. Because I saw the president at Papao catching chickens and showing the chickens and telling people to go and buy chicken.
okay.
I didn't see him. Oh, Nathan, see, but I'm saying something. No, but
I'm not saying I don't believe you.
the fact is,
I said okay.
the president was launching a Kukon Kitikiti in Papao.
Yeah,
President was holding chicken. Or he was not holding chicken.
he was.
I mean, that is where I saw president.
Yeah,
I didn't see president at Accra Sports Stadium.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That it was hugely advertised that the president was going to be there.
Okay.
Right or wrong?
It was. Let me just digress slightly. Let me give listeners some breaking news.
Okay.
Jose Mourinho has agreed to become Benfica head coach. This one just on the side.
Thank you.
I saw a certain story that said that. They said, Charlie, online portals are wicked. They said Mourinho blocks. They said Mourinho steals Amorim's escape. Because some people are speculating that
United sack him,
those-
then
then-
Benfica take him.
then he'll go to Benfica. But they said Mourinho has stolen his escape route.
That's
Anyway,
correct.
come back
He'll
to
be
Ghana
unemployed
Premier
soon.
League.
Nathan, so we want to be clear on all of these things. Look, government, FA, Adisa, all three must come clear. You see, why I'm calling for clarity on this matter is because there are looming issues. One at CAS, and the potential of some of these matters coming up at a later date. Now people begin to find out or discover certain things. And then the three parties involved will have a certain, you know, I'm looking for a perfect word. A certain battering of reputation. Because, Nathan, a lot of things are not clear in this matter. Unless maybe the club owners know and they are not speaking. Unless they know the full details of this matter and are not speaking. But I think that this 1 million, there's more to this 1 million Ghana cedis than we know. On the surface, everybody's excited, yes. But real issues would come up. Real issues may come up. Real issues may crop up. And that is what we are saying. For the avoidance of doubt. You see, it is good news that clubs in Ghana are struggling financially
Yeah.
to stay afloat, are struggling to keep their players in the local league. Nobody forced them to set up clubs anyway. In any proper jurisdiction, you go into administration, you'll be relegated.
If you don't have money,
If you
to
cannot
pay.
stay afloat to even pay your players.
Yeah, that's true.
In any proper jurisdiction. But you see, because we do things anyhow, and we pretend to be doing football the professional way, we will sit down and be receiving handouts, soccer boots, footballs, as help from the Ghana Football Association. As my friend would say, so almost like You need that. I'll leave that one. But you see, clubs are receiving footballs.
Mm-hmm.
Clubs are receiving boots.
Mm-hmm.
Professional clubs are receiving these handouts.
Yes.
From the Ghana Football Association. Professional clubs, footballs, boots.
So if you're a professional club,
Nathan,
you
I'm
should
saying
not
that.
be giving footballs and boots.
Nathan, I'm saying that. Professional football club playing in the Ghana Premier League, a top flight league, are receiving handouts of boots and footballs from the Ghana Football Association. It is laudable. It is laudable. And that's why I'm saying that if a club is earning $1 million, 1 million Ghana cedis, because of its existence as a Ghana Premier League club, and because of its contribution to position the Ghana Premier League on a certain pedestal, that club will be receiving 1 million Ghana cedis because of their image rights that somebody is going to take advantage of to make money. Okay? If that club is receiving 1 million Ghana cedis, which is even very small, it is fine. It's okay. Okay, Kelvin, it is okay. But if you cannot link that 1 million Ghana cedis to a proper deal, like broadcast rights, but how that 1 million Ghana cedis has come up leaves us with a lot more questions. Then there's a problem. Is it a handout? That's what I'm asking. I keep asking, is it a handout? Is it a gift?
Well, it says, again, it's a commitment under the partnership. So I don't know how, but I get you. We need to define it well. Is it TV rights money that all clubs are getting because they play the Ghana Premier League?
Good.
Or it is money coming from somewhere to say, oh, because you're going to play the Ghana Premier League, have this as support. Or it is the GFA that's giving clubs money and they were, they want to keep an eye on clubs or they want to help clubs. But I get you. There are a few questions, and we need to be clear. We need to be clear on that. Kelvin Osman Science here. Kelvin, good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning, Nathan. I'm fine. Are you?
Yes. I'm fine too. I don't know whether you have a comment on this. The clubs confirming, at least from what Kennedy Wachansa told us, that lots of the clubs have received their 1 million cedis, and they seem to be very happy with it.
Well, I think yes, every club will be proud to receive 1 million Ghana cedis. And you ask yourself how many of these clubs earn even a quarter of this money from their gate proceeds. And I think it's a good step. Just when it was mentioned that they were going to receive such an amount to at least help them with their preparations and also the season, they were very much happy and they applauded. They welcomed this with a greased smile, and I think that it is good from the Football Association that they've been able to fulfill their promise per the few confirmations we've had from one or two people. Kennedy coming all out to say that yes, this is the confirmation that they've received the money. Now what this does is it puts the clubs in very good position now, but I think going forward, the best thing that happens to any football league is, or when you in this life, you don't always have to feed your children. What do? You don't always have to. You don't always feed them with a fish.
Okay.
If you have, you need to teach them how to do what? To fish.
Yes.
So that in your absence, in your inability to do what? To fish for them.
Yes.
Or even if you fish for them, they would be able to fish on their own and add up to it. Because those ones are inquiring. When the clubs get 10 million Ghana cedis from, they themselves becoming self-sustenance, getting sponsorship and all that.
Yes.
It is helpful.
Yes.
And I think that should be the direction of the FA going forward. This is very good. But I think that there is a lot more that the FA can do to do what? Help the clubs. And I think the clubs themselves, after this, should know that they are, very big entities, very big brands, and should do well to be attracting sponsorship. After this 1 million Ghana cedis, you ask yourself, Kotoko are doing well to sell their replica jerseys. But where are the rest of the other clubs? How to folk outdoor they just posted their new replica jersey with the pictures, and then there was no video of them made. But can you tell me where I can get a Heart of Folk replica jersey to buy today?
No.
Have you seen them post? Have you seen them post that we are selling it here? No. Go onto their social media handles and you have no information.
So it's in the Phobia house.
It's in the Phobia house, but they haven't even posted. So you see, all these are the things that the FA needs to teach the clubs. Arsenal, Manchester United, Chelsea, Manchester City generate money from their social media handles, especially YouTube and even their website, where they can watch matches. They put highlights and all that. They are generating money. It's a money-making venture. The football clubs. It's the reason why now the UEFA Champions League is played on a Tuesday, Wednesday, and on a Thursday. So I think that should be the direction. Great credit from the money that they received. Let's not forget they received the money last week. They received the dummy check before kickoff.
Yes.
Between Heart of Folk and Hull United from the Ghana Premiership Company Limited. Now that they have the money.
That Premiership Company Limited.
Yes, it was set up. During the lunch with APL or unveiling with APL, it was mentioned that the Ghana Premiership, football. I think the FA even posted it. It's there. It exists. So I just hope that from here, the FA will continue to do their best in making sure that the clubs are self-sustainant, and then whatever that they need to do. And I realized the FA started, cracking the whip, Become Chelsea's, All Blacks, some of the clubs who did not do the right things.
Yeah.
As in the labeling of the name, the numbers, the misbehavior in the inner perimeter and all. And these are the things that we want to see to make our league better, because elsewhere, rules and regulations are applied to the strictest, marks.
Yep.
So just hoping that everything would also be progressed by the class from there, and the FA can make it better. It may not be enough, but this is something to relieve the clubs of the burden that they normally incur during the season. Most of them struggle. It gets to a point they are not able to pay players and all that. Is the reason why there are times betting and all that set into our game. But hopefully, with this, the start of many good things, yes, they will attract more sponsorship. If by the middle of the season they are able to even attract more sponsorship, I'm sure they should be able to dispatch some to the clubs, and they can do this together with the clubs to get more corporate bodies to come on board and then support or sponsor the Ghana Premier League.
Well, good news for the clubs. You can send in your comments, listeners. 054-257-1061. You heard Kennedy Boachiansa, CEO of Nations FC, confirming that Nations had received their money, and he also said that he could speak on authority that a lot of the other clubs had received their 1 million cedis as well. So good times for Ghana Premier League clubs.
So Nathan, the new company is the Ghana Premiership Football Company Limited.
Ghana Premiership
and
Football Company
they will
Limited.
operate as the vehicle for the transformation, help reducing, the burden, and then the organization and management of the league. So that is it there. So you see, the FA has started a lot, especially I think about 2 days ago, that safety, workshop that they had with top CAF officials for all the, clubs to make sure that there's promotion, and then there's better attitude and security and safety measures at all football venues. Fine, they've started this, but my point is, it should be continuous. It should be something that will be sustained. Every now and then we try to do this, but in the middle of the season, some way, somehow, we leave it all out, and then it becomes a burden. Some clubs take, issues into their own hands and all that. Now, there's going to be a game on Monday, which is the Dreams FC House of Folk game.
Dreams House of Folk is Monday.
It's now on Monday at Tuba, and I'm sure you saw the pictures of the TNA.
Yeah, I've seen the latest pictures of the team.
You get it. And those, you see, those are the things that I think, whether it's club lines, whether it's, NSA, whichever, all these stakeholders. I don't know the formation of, the Premiership Football Company Limited. But if all these stakeholders have members on, then it behoves on them to make it better. Because I think that more money can only come into the league when some of these things are avoided. Because I'm sure the pictures and the videos that are being shown, if Raymond has a company and he sees that my label or my company's advertising board will be placed on such a picture and people will laugh at it, they wouldn't even look at my advertising board. Where will the focus be? The focus is going to be on the pitch. So it means I am going to lose the eyeball that I need for, my label or my company.
Yeah.
So all these petty things, all these few patches, need to be resolved by the FA. Other than that, it's going to be quite difficult. But I think if the clubs have the money now, it's great, and we just hope that they would also do justice and generate a lot more to help themselves and make the league better. Pay their players. You shouldn't let them go hungry. Employ the best services of professionals to work with the players, and then we can have football at its highest level, unlike previous years when we struggled to even have proper medics and all that in the game. Yes, Raymond was talking about the boots and all that. Fine, it's good from the FA to subsidize these, but I think that these boots and football should be going much more to the grassroots instead of
Ghana Premier League clubs.
If we get it to the grassroots where players are struggling to afford some of these, basic equipment for football, then it helps there than at professional level. If at professional level they cannot play the football, they should stay home. They should disband the clubs. Remember, somewhere in the 60s, the 70s, remember when the military regime, at a point, they just stopped. I think it was about 20 club league. They told them, no, we are reducing it. We want 12 clubs. And only 12 clubs did what? Play the league. They just didn't care because they wanted, clubs who were performing at top level so that we'd have better competition, Then there's this saying that you can say, if if it's chaff, it's needless. But if it's small and it's of good quality, it is better than you putting the plenty who would remain chaff in there. So the FA should be looking at this. If it gets to a point that we'd have to reduce the clubs and get back to 14 or 12 or 10, if the 10 are valid
or 6,
it is possible. Let's do that. But for now, let's see how the season goes, and then we get to see. Many ask questions now. 11 Wonders? Someone saw that Elamti's name as 11 Wonders coach, and they started asking questions. 11 Wonders. Where is 11 Wonders? And where is Lagos? I'm like, this is the new situation we have now. So we wait to see when the name will be changed. Whether the name will be changed or not, we are still waiting for that.
But when the name change, legally it could be a bit problematic,
Changing the name,
yes,
of course, to what?
To Legon Cities.
But so the entity called Legon Cities, does it still exist?
It still exists
as a Division 1 club. Yes.
So
in Zone 1.
So if
they
purchase another club,
if the owner cannot use Legon Cities again. Of course, he has to change the name.
So they will continue to play as 11 Wonders.
11 Wonders.
They'll continue to play as 11 Wonders.
Or any other name that has not been taken.
Legon Cities, yes.
Okay, that has not been taken.
Yeah, so legally, they are legal. So we can do Legon Stars.
Legon Town.
Legon Town.
But this one is cities.
Kevin, quick correction.
Yeah.
The Monday game will be played at the near J. Kraku Stadium.
Yes.
Near J.
Okay.
It's been moved from Tuba.
It's been moved from Tuba.
But why are they playing at the J. Kraku?
So that means near J.
Temani. I don't know if Tuba was in there. Was in there.
Near J. Kraku is at Temani.
It's Tema, yes. That's Vision's home ground. But if that's the case, okay, so why are they moving it from Tuba?
Well, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what discussions have gone on. I don't know if even Tuba was even considered as the initial match venue. But the information that I just picked up is that the game will be played at the Nia J. Kraku Stadium.
Okay.
Nia J. Kraku, the second sports complex in Tema. Yeah. So we'll see. So it's Super Monday. Super Monday action between Dreams and Hearts.
Okay. Well,
so that could be House of Folks' first defeat of the season.
I don't know why you want to stress Hearts.
Dreams will beat them.
How will Dreams beat them?
Oh, Nathan.
How will Dreams beat them?
Look, that near J. Krakus.
It's not Dreams FC's home ground, though. It's Vision FC's home ground.
Nathan, you see, sometimes you don't understand these things. How many times do Vision lose over there?
Yes,
How many times do you see them losing
because
there?
that's their home ground.
How many times do you see them losing there? That's their home ground. Okay. No only buy a to me. You buy a watch me.
You've brought back the say. But no, it doesn't change anything. It's not dreams. It's not dreams. It's home ground.
So Tuba was never in the picture.
Tuba was never in
I'm
the
told
picture.
Tuba was never in the picture.
Okay, is it that
Dreams
it's not
FC's
fit
home
for
games?
standard?
Dreams FC will play
fit
their
for
home
purpose,
games at the University of Ghana Stadium.
Dreams will play their home games there. Is that the approved
yes,
ground?
that's their.
We are even yet
that's
to
their
see the
approved
list
ground.
of approved facilities for the league.
So the information I'm getting is that Dreams FC would honor their home games at the University of Ghana Stadium.
No problem.
But the pitch is not ready at the moment. That's why they are using the Niaji Krakow Stadium as their stopgap.
Okay.
Yes, so they would play at the UG Stadium. But this match, it comes early and everything. So they would have to honor that game at there. But according to reports I'm getting, Tuba was never considered for that game.
I'm saying that we need to see the list of approved facilities for the Ghana Premier League. It's important so everybody knows where a team is playing. So that one, if you want to go and watch, Two, when you we know the grounds that are fit or not fit for purpose. It's extremely important. Very, very, very important. I hope that all this talk about Adesa Productions, because you remember, Ray, I thought I heard something that they would go around and have a look at the facilities and see the ones that would be TV friendly and all of that.
Yeah, that conversation came up.
So we'll have to find out which grounds made it, which people are sharing grounds, and maybe your favorite home team or your favorite team has even changed its home venue. You never know. So the GFA, I'm sure you are going around putting final touches to reports and audits and all of that. So as soon as you can, please let everybody know the approved facilities, at least for the first round of the new Ghana Premier League season. So we can all.
I think that communication is out.
Is out.
Yeah, I think it came out. Yeah, I think about a month ago.
Are you sure? I thought I heard that some of the grounds were not
yes,
good enough.
I'm gonna find it for you. I'm gonna look for it for you. But once the show goes on, I'd pull it out for you because I know I saw communication some time back. The match venues that had been approved for this year's league. So I'm trying to retrieve it. Once I get it, I'll share with you.
Okay. All right, let's talk about the UEFA Champions League. It started 2 days ago on Tuesday night. That was the opening night. So they split the opening round of matches into 3 chunks to be played across 3 days. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Does it mean that we'll be seeing a lot more of that this season? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I thought Thursday night football was for Europa League and Conference League and things.
Yes, that's how we like it. That's how we like it. So now, nobody will laugh at anybody for playing Thursday night football.
So does it mean that Europa League games too will be spread Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday?
Possibly.
Because same number of teams.
Or they might just stick to their Thursday.
Now you play friendlies.
Yeah, so once other people United are playing friendly, they want to deceive themselves that they are playing. You are not playing any serious. Hey,
you see, Man U, we all know it's a dead club.
Since when?
Man U.
Are there Man
Man U is a
United?
dead club.
Are there Man United is a dead club?
We are just waiting for them to
Bury
resurrect. Oh no, we are waiting for resurrection day. So Christ died and rose again on the Thursday. On the third day. So Nathan, we are waiting for resurrection day. But until then, nobody should come and laugh at us because we are down. Nathan, when a man is down, don't laugh at him again.
Hey.
Already down.
Are you sure when a man is down, you
All the
don't?
time we can't be bothered. Whatever they do, look, this weekend Chelsea will beat Man U. Until resurrection day. So
But talking about the Champions League, I'm just checking the calendar. So Tuesday, Wednesday, On the 30th, the Champions League returns, right?
Yeah.
And then it will come back on the 1st of October. So it looks like it will be 30th and 1st of 30th September, 1st October, and then 21st October, 22nd October, and then 4th. So it looks like it will be Tuesday, Wednesday. It's just the opening round that they decided to give everybody bonanza and give them Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So it will be Tuesday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, up until the new year when the group stage is sorted. The group stage ends on the 28th of June. That's the last day. That's the day the people think that they will break the machine, but they lie. UEFA will have a response for them. So yes, the next set of games, Tuesday, the 30th of September, and then Wednesday, the 1st of October, right? On that day, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, there'll be 9 games on Tuesday, and then there'll be 9 games on Wednesday. All right, but we go back to last night. Last night was a very interesting night. You had last night was 17th of September. So the results: Paphos and Olympiacos drew goalless. Slavia Prague and Bodo Glimt drew 2-2. Ray, you said that Bodo Glimt would cause problems.
Yes, you know, Paphos and Bodo Glimt. I told you these guys were not coming to just add up to the numbers. Yesterday, Paphos played with 10 men against Olympiacos.
Yes.
They managed to secure 1 point. Bodo Glimt were down 2 goals. I think, 2 goals at a point.
Yes.
They came back to draw 2-2. These guys
Paphos
have not come to play.
over 60,
Yeah.
70 minutes without one man.
Without a man.
David Luiz got injured after 30 minutes, and he also had to leave the pitch.
So, Nathan, these are potential banana skins. Anything that comes up against them should be careful.
Okay. Slavia Prague, Bodo Glimt 2-2. Paris Saint-Germain.
But it gets disappointing how Olympiacos cannot despite teams. And, you know, yesterday I saw a couple of players, Daniel Podent. You remember him?
With ex-Wolves.
Yeah, Wolves. And, you know, he's gotten to that point, and you ask yourself, football, wow. It's quite amazing. But I think Paphos have a very good team. You know, not names, but they have a team, you know, a team that is built on chemistry, you know, power, you know, individual quality and brilliance, and then the edge to fight to get a point in the league stage away from home.
Yeah.
The first ever time you are playing the Champions League, you know, sent a lot, you know, of message to the rest of the clubs about Paphos. How they managed to even qualify for the Champions League group stage was just phenomenal, and this only boosts their confidence. They get back home and they are able to win 1 or 2 games. That would be a boost for them. You get about 7 points, and they could be climbing. You never know which other points they could be getting. But I think this is a phenomenal result from Paphos. And you look at the Paphos team. You know, they have a number of players that, you know, you won't even know where they are from. But some brilliant quality, and then they are being guided by the experience of someone like David Luiz in the defense. But yesterday, you know, he just couldn't continue, you know, the games, and he had to leave the pitch. But going forward, I don't know. I think their finishing is the problem.
Yes.
Their finishing is the problem. The next match that they play, they'll be at home to Bayern Munich. That is a more difficult game than the game that they played yesterday. And then they play against Kairat, which I think
another debutant.
Yes, which I think they will be able to get a result against Kairat. So then they sit home again and play Villarreal. That could also be a game they can maneuver their way, because, you know, the magnitude of Villarreal may not be as great as you may think. Then they sit at home and play Monaco. Then they have Juventus. Then they have Chelsea. So it's quite difficult for them. They will be happy to be churning out these results, but you never know. They may sit home and get results against Kairat, get results against Monaco, maybe Villarreal. And who knows if they could put a strong showing away again, and then get success against.
They'll have to take it one game at a time.
Yes, a game at a time, which is
each one.
Yes, which is exactly what they are doing, and I think is good. It's good for them. Yeah, let's wait and see how things will pan out going forward. But that was a very good, you know, performance from
Paphos on their Champions League debut. They got themselves a point away from home after playing a large part of the game with 10 men. Bodo Glimt, we saw them in the Europa League. Very, very tough side, very lovely side to watch, very confident team. And they showed that confidence and they showed their powers of recovery. They came back to draw 2-2 with Slavia Prague. Slavia Prague took a 2-goal lead, but they couldn't hold on, and Bodo Glimt came back.
Yeah,
and then you had
that sort of resilience is what you love to you love to see how they came back, strongly into the game. You could see they were struggling at a point, but they just knew that things were going to go right for them once they got the first goal. There's this guy at the right back. Is it the right back? There's a name. Yes, they have a guy at the right back. Can be Nathan if you can help.
Yeah, I'm looking at the name. He's called Seavold, I think.
Yes,
jersey number 20.
Very good, very very good player. And I was like, come on, these teams have some very quality players in there, and they managed to get in the goals, especially that player who scored other goal. He came off the bench, Bassi. Yes, Daniel Bassi. He also came, gave his best, and then the captain of the team is Patrick Beng. Yes, he was Patrick Berg. He was just brilliant on the day. He put the team together, and you could just see that link-up play with Matthias Jorgensen and the like. You could clearly see that sort of understanding. But unfortunately for them, they couldn't make the right decisions in the final third of the pitch. Now they would also make a trip to Rosenborg. They'll make a trip to Rosenborg to play against them. That means 2 away games on a bounce. Then they play Tottenham. Then I think that they play Tottenham in the Champions League. Their next game, they will sit at home, play Tottenham, and then they'll travel to Galatasaray to play against Galatasaray. Then they will come back home and play Monaco. Then they play Juventus. Then they play Dortmund. Then they play Man City. Then they play Atletico Madrid.
That's a tough run.
Very tough. So
So as you said,
yesterday's result is quite
Galatasaray, Monaco, Juve, Dortmund, Man City, and Atletico Madrid. That's a very tough.
Very, very tough schedule for them. But at least once they manage to get a result away, now you come and look back at them at home and see if they will be able to perform. But one thing you cannot take away from them is that they are a team that has played in Europe for quite a number of years. Let's not forget in the UEFA Europa League.
Last season
they've been consistent. You remember when?
And their home form last season in
was very good.
Very good.
So they've garnered experience all over these years. Remember the first time I saw of them was when Arsenal played against them, Mesut Ozil with that brilliant finish from the counter break. So they seem to be a side who have gathered experience over the years in European club competition. So this is a good result for them. It could be the stepping stone to achieving, greater results from the rest of the games, which don't look easy for them at all.
No, it's a very complicated journey for both.
Yeah, very, very complicated.
But they will enjoy themselves, especially the home games. I get the feeling that they'll put their best foot forward at home. Just based on the Europa League form from last season, that's where they could really, really, really cause problems for some of the teams that will come visiting. So that's for Bodo Glimt. In terms of the other results from last night, you had defending champions PSG winning by 4-0. They beat Atalanta by 4-0. Started off very well, scored very early after 3 minutes or so, and they proceeded to score 3 more unanswered goals. Atalanta didn't have anything to show Paris Saint-Germain yesterday. I think yesterday we spoke about the fact that Atalanta just didn't feel like the same team under Gasperini, and they were so easy to play against. And last night they lost that game in Paris to PSG. The game of the night really was at the Allianz. At the Allianz.
What was on the game of the night?
Of course, because of history. 2 teams who know each other fairly well.
Manager.
Yeah.
Well, so Kamadi started sitting on the bench with no play time.
He didn't feature at all last night, did he?
No.
Kevin,
he was on the bench.
Kevin, wait.
Why should I wait?
No, take your time. Bayern Munich and Chelsea. Nathan says it was the game of the night.
But it was the game of the night. It was the standout game.
Nathan, take your time. A team that has been promoted from the Conference League
They are the world champions, please.
You see,
They are the club world champions.
No, they are the world
club
champions.
You see,
They are the world champions.
Nathan, let nobody.
Are they not the world champions? Yes or no?
Let nobody.
Are they not the world champions?
Nathan.
Wait.
nobody
Let's answer this before you continue.
Ray,
Are they
are
not the
Chelsea
world
Club
champions?
World Cup champions?
Are they not the world champions?
See, this is what we call
Are they not the world champions?
fallacy of misplaced view.
What is fallacy of D&D? Just put words together. Massa.
You're taking us back to where
You see, when,
the critical thinking class.
when
logical
Argentina won the World Cup,
Yes.
they came to their hometown,
Yes.
played Copa,
Yeah.
and won it. Okay,
Yes.
they beat everybody in Copa, proved to everybody that indeed we deserve to be called world champions.
Thank you.
When you look at FIFA ranking today, world number 1 team, Argentina. Nathan, you can see the results of the world champions. You can see the results of the Copa winners. You can see it reflects on the table up there. In fact, their performance is deserving of a team that is called a world champion. True or false? Today, the team you call world champions, world champions, cannot beat teams in Europe. Crystal Palace is holding them, pressing their neck.
Would you say Argentina hasn't lost to any team?
Nathan, Argentina, even in the qualifiers for the World Cup, they made sure they stamped their authority on the competition for everybody to see that yes, these are world champions. Nathan, when Chelsea play, do you see?
And how many games?
Nathan,
have they
wait.
played this
When
season?
you watch Chelsea play,
Yes.
do you see the writings of world champions on their play?
No, I see aspects of
No, you see, Nathan, take your time. When you see Liverpool play,
that.
do you see writings of world champions on them?
But they are not world
No,
champions.
Nathan, I'm just asking. You see, Nathan, this is what do you know? What? When you watch Arsenal play, do you see world champions? You know, semblance of world champions?
No. Nobody sees it.
When you watch Barca play or Real Madrid play, do you see handwriting?
Are they world champions?
No, I'm saying that. Look, when you go and play a tournament after everybody's tired, and FIFA says, "Oh, come and play, we will give you money."
So
give you
everybody
money.
being
We'll
tired,
take your
we
time.
were all on the same
Yes,
page.
everybody was tired.
Everybody was tired.
Nathan, you see, I don't like this thing Kevin is doing. You even had a chance of buying new players and quickly injecting them into your squad. Fresh energy.
But everybody had the opportunity.
Everybody
to buy
had
new
the
players.
chance.
Real Madrid bought new players.
Real Madrid took Trent.
Nathan, we didn't have.
Which they didn't have. Now, man, you know who be aware we didn't have.
Nathan,
Hey,
wait.
you didn't. Which manager were you going to send to the club World Cup?
Paris Saint-Germain.
Like you people, you
Paris
last.
Saint-Germain.
Which Paris Saint-Germain? We didn't have the luxury of even resting after a very long season.
Now you support PSG.
You understand? We didn't have the luxury of that.
Raymond Yamado,
So we
you
came-
support PSG now.
Me, I've not even said I support PSG.
My
Me,
good friend Pep Guardiola, he complained. He said, "Look, tell me what is this? What tournament is this?" But I see, because the clubs have to stay afloat. Modern game, like yesterday I was telling you, the modern game demands that teams would have to look at that commercial aspect. And under almost every game they have to play because they want money.
Yes.
Okay, that is the only motivation
Yeah.
that puts a lot of clubs to agree to play that Club World Cup. But on any day, look, the Club World Cup would have been played in December. You understand?
Yeah.
The normal format. I think we play in December.
But we
Club
change
World
the
Cup.
format that
No.
every 4 years we are going to play it this way.
Nathan, wait. And this was the inaugural edition. Now, clubs will now be planning ahead. Okay, fine. Since people want to go and win that trophy and be making noise that they are world champions after winning Conference League, then fine.
I don't
We all
understand.
prepare
that
well.
at all.
When they open the transfer window for that first 50 days,
Don't
we
make
all know that
don't make
part
it
of the play.
seem don't make it seem like Chelsea went into the Club World Cup
But-
because they won the Conference
Oh, no,
League.
no. I'm saying that.
They got admitted
They
into
got
the Club
admitted
World
because
Cup
of the coefficient.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
because of
their
But I'm
performance
saying-
over the years.
performance-
But
over
I'm
the
saying that-
years.
Oh, of course, Nathan. That is not in doubt. But I'm saying that
If our dear Man United had
we
been
saw
performing
the
well,
winners of Europe, the proper winners of Europe, appear in that competition. I'm not very interested. I mean,
Really?
they were not very. Oh, come on, PSG. They're not very interested. They were
and
tired.
yet they got to a
It
final.
was a tired team. But Nathan,
And when they lost, they got
when you
upset.
give PSG small teams and they beat them and get to the finals, Small teams. Teams that were equally not ready.
But does it not also speak
And you
to
Chelsea, you took it to World Cup.
Does
You
it
won the
not?
World Cup.
I'm just saying. Does
And
it
you
not
want to make noise?
Does it not also speak to PSG's temperament? Because now you get to a final and you don't show up.
Oh no, Nathan, look, you can't cheat nature. You can't cheat nature.
Okay,
Nathan, if PSG play Chelsea this season in the Champions League, wherever they meet, Chelsea will not survive. Wherever they meet, Chelsea will not survive.
Hey,
Whether it's the round of 16, no, quarter final, anywhere Chelsea will survive. This Chelsea team. What comments did you read yesterday? Naive Chelsea. That should tell you.
who said they were naive?
This season, before the season started, did you see Amorim in pre-season? Was beating everybody. That is pre-season.
Wait, he was beating what?
He was beating people.
Didn't you go and lose to which All Stars?
No. It was a continuation of.
It was off season, wasn't it? He lost.
He was losing to.
Don't come and hold brief for that manager.
Off season champion.
He was. He couldn't beat rice farmers,
off season champions.
Stantsmen and
Chelsea off season champions. Now we are playing Champions League. Bayern Munich is in front of you. Beat them and let's go. You are world champions. Beat Bayern Munich and let's go.
So PSG were European champions. Why didn't they beat Chelsea?
That's
but I've told you.
I've asked Raymond this question.
No. Nathan, I told you.
Chelsea weren't tired too.
No.
Chelsea weren't tired too.
Nathan,
Come on.
Nathan, look at Chelsea squad there.
Don't hold brief for anybody.
Look at Chelsea squad there. And look at how their coach played in the Conference League. He kept rotating his squad. His team, if you ask me which team was fresh going to the Club World Cup, it was Chelsea.
How fresh?
Oh, come on.
Tell me the players who played that was
Rotated their
fresh.
squad consistently.
Which players?
Managed game time for most of their players.
But did somebody tell Enrique not to manage?
No, that's what I'm saying. Squad depth. PSG don't have that squad depth to stretch their squad.
Nobody asked them. Nobody asked them to.
Ray, as for squad depth, it's neither here nor there.
Exactly.
The window is open for every team.
Okay.
Every team. If you say you won't add, that's nobody's problem.
Okay.
Okay, what?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for this piece of information. Now the world champions, who beat everybody, including PSG, they are coming to play the league they have to play.
Yes.
Champions League.
Yes.
First game, Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich they didn't even make it to the semi-finals of the Champions League of the Club World Cup.
Yes.
They were kicked out.
Yes.
This is Bayern Munich with Vincent Kompany. No experience in the Champions League. In fact, one season experience.
One season.
Yes.
As
He
a
has
coach.
dealt with Maresca. Dealt with him well.
But it happens in football.
when
You
people
lose
say,
matches.
The World Cup. It happens.
But Maresca also with
Club
just
World Cup.
Maresca with also just one Club World Cup appearance beat someone who was more experienced.
yes.
Luis Enrique.
Luis Enrique.
But you see, we all know.
Well, you know what?
We all know.
The same parameters you are putting forward is the same parameters I am judging you with.
We all know the level Enrique is at. And we all know the level Maresca is. It's like this.
Yeah, but Maresca did a number on him in the Club World Cup
Yes.
final.
So wait, is it that
So it's the same thing with the company. Company Maresca.
You don't want to understand that. You people don't want to understand and agree that final PSG played. It was a half-hearted performance from
How so?
How so?
Absolutely.
They were just lashed.
Oh. Did you see PSG play their game? Don't tell me they didn't play their game because Chelsea outsmarted them.
So you see, I think there is one thing. There is one thing that is going to really trouble. Well, we didn't even finish discussing the PSG game.
Raymond has taken us.
Don't worry. But I think that was absolutely a performance from PSG, and I didn't see how Atalanta were
defending
going
champions.
I didn't see how Atalanta were going to trouble them, and they had all their Arsenals, with the exception of Donnarumma, who is away. But the Chevalier has really been good for them.
Chevalier has started
really been very good for them. Ashraf Hakimi was present. Pacho is back. After his suspension.
I told you.
Nuno Mendes at left back. He got to a point he had to just leave the game, and then he was replaced by Zabani. That centre back
from Bournemouth.
Who can also play on that side. So João Neves, Vitinha, Fabian Ruiz, that dominant midfield. Kvaratskhelia and then Bradley Barcola and then Seni Mayulu, because Dembele and the likes had to just stay off this particular game. So and overall, dominant Goncalo Ramos came off the bench to score to add up to what Kvaratskhelia, Marquinhos, and then Nuno Mendes added. And I think that PSG still have the firepower to go to the final again. But as to whether they will be able to win it or even the semi-final, that is a question that needs to be asked. But the sort of performance and how they managed to dismantle the Atlanta team, I don't see the Atlanta team as good as it was handled by Gasperini.
That's true.
Ivan Juric seems to be, levels below, and I can't seem to understand, the likes of Odilon Kosonu and then Isaac Hen yesterday. I was like, come on, what is happening?
Atalanta, they were just miles.
Yeah,
and PSU,
and it's going to be quite difficult for them. Even in the Serie A, they haven't been impressive, and it clearly, gives lots of worry about the team. But what credit to Luis Enrique, he has a very good team. Now, I know the next game, obviously, we can't go away from the Chelsea Bayern Munich.
No, we'll have to talk about
Michael Asaribodo, how are you? You are wearing a Bayern Munich jersey because Chelsea has lost. Michael Asaribodo,
Michael, are you still on?
No, later.
Is Michael on? Okay,
all right. So we'll confirm that.
Yesterday, Chelsea met a club with pedigree.
Michael Asaribodo is here.
Later, they met a club with pedigree, history in the Champions League. History.
Chelsea don't have history. They have history. They are two-time winners of the Champions League.
They don't compare to Bayern Munich in any way in the Champions League. History, pedigree, class, stature.
That's for you.
No, no. And they were cut to size.
Okay, Michael, let me take your thoughts on.
They were cut to size.
I don't know why you are
Later,
so aggressive with me. Michael, your thoughts on the Bayern Munich and Chelsea game. Yesterday when we previewed the game, we highlighted the various areas, that marked out the strengths and weaknesses. Yesterday, it turned out that Bayern Munich played a very interesting way in midfield, almost trying to outcrowd the area, dominate, eliminate the presence of Moises Caicedo, and that helped them overall.
Yep, they did, and kudos to Vincent Kompany. I think that he had a solid tactical plan, and Chelsea were made to feel very uncomfortable in the middle. What Bayern did, as you rightly mentioned, overload the midfield areas and then overwhelm the Chelsea midfielders, especially in possession. So you check the goals that Chelsea conceded and how they were conceded. They were very sloppy, and it was because they were caught unawares. There was a surprise element in there, and you would have to give the credit to Vincent Kompany first and foremost, and then also to the players for executing it. It clearly tells that Kompany has his hands on this Bayern team, and the players respect him in as much as he might not have established himself as a manager previously before coming to Bayern. The only top managerial job he had done was with Burnley, and they were relegated. His body of work meant that he was in the third tier of coaches, and he was just an upcoming coach. But the players have bought into his coaching ideals. They trust in how he wants them to play, and they've applied themselves very well. There is a Bayern side that had some dressing room acrimony. It led to the exit of Thomas Muller. Players were at loggerheads with what the manager wanted to do, and eventually there was some division in the dressing room led by the likes of Joshua Kimmich and some other senior players that affected Bayern on the field of play. So for Kompany to come on board and get everyone to be in line with what he wants to do, I think it is top, and commendations to him for being able to do that. It speaks well of his man management and his ability to get into the minds of these players and get into their hearts as well. And then also it speaks to how excellent he is as a tactician. And I think thumbs up to him for doing such a solid job. But I think the way a manner Chelsea considered the goals were preventable. More precisely, the third goal. Chelsea were caught sleeping. They did not learn from such lessons, and it affected them. The second goal they considered from the penalty, another sloppy penalty to concede. And so you look at this, and it points to one thing. This Chelsea squad, despite Bremen with potential, lacked the experience of playing in a tough competition like the UEFA Champions League. And their first game was definitely going to be a baptism of fire for them, especially going to a venue where some of the best teams go there and then they struggle. Bayern had not lost a home game in the Champions League proper, whether the group stage or in the league phase. They've not lost a home game since 2003. The last team to go there and beat them was Deportivo La Coruña. And so it tells you that they are a formidable side. There has been a bit of history between Chelsea and Bayern. And I think the most important one will be that Champions League final, where Chelsea went there to win. But that was a Chelsea team that had character, a Chelsea team with a rich history, a Chelsea team with bitter lessons to learn from previous Champions League campaigns. And they were well matured in the competition. So in as much as they had a rookie coach in Roberto Di Matteo, the players were leaders. In this Chelsea team, they are just building up. So I think it is quite far-fetched for anybody to expect Chelsea, by virtue of just winning the Club World Championship, to come to the championship. And it won't happen. Even the PSG team that we hail now, they not start the Champions League last season in that splendid fashion. They nearly missed out on qualification from the league phase. They won their first game last season in the league phase by beating Girona 1-0. It was very unconvincing. They went ahead to lose to Arsenal 2-0. They then drew, they drew 1-1 with PSV Eindhoven, and then they lost to Atletico Madrid 2-1. They needed a comeback. So I don't get how Raymond is making a fuss all of a sudden and is trying to run down Chelsea by winning the World Champions League. He thinks that they don't deserve it.
Don't mind Raymond.
Too much noise. You people make too much noise.
Don't mind Raymond. Don't mind Raymond. He's just saying one of those things. But
he's on heat this morning.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You have to walk the talk. You see,
it is not
let me speak to Michael.
That Manchester United did not pitch.
Michael, can you hear me?
You finish. Eustace Akwe is on the line.
Michael, you see, when you claim you are a world champion, you must beat everything that is in front of you to prove to everybody that indeed you are a world champion.
Is Argentina a world champion?
Yes, they are.
Okay, so in the World Cup qualification, they drew at home to Colombia.
Oh, that is normal.
They were beaten by
that is normal. But you see, what Argentina did was that they ensured that in that Copa America, in that CONMEBOL zone, they finished top. They played Copa America, they won that one too. You see, that is how you stamp your authority on opponents. For everybody to know that indeed you are the man.
So it means that you are trying to rush the process because
we are not rushing.
Of the league.
You see,
yes, Michael, I'm telling him that they are Chelsea will play 8 group games.
Nathan, you have to show
They've
us.
lost only 1 of the 8.
You have to
and
show
they will
us.
qualify.
But Nathan, these are the things you are expected to meet in the finals. They are shipping you.
After the group stage, they will be fine.
They are shipping you.
And Raymond, I just gave you a precedent that PSG did not win all their
don't
games
go there.
in the
PSG is a special case. Don't go there. They had a coach who had already won the Champions League. I beg you.
But they didn't win all their group games last season.
See. Chelsea already this season. Already this season.
Okay, I'm going to
listen. Already this season. Chelsea is struggling against Crystal Palace, against Fulham.
Raymond, I am coming.
They beat Fulham
again.
No, which team? The last game.
Again. No, I'm coming.
Which team did they draw against? Last match. Brentford. World champions.
Raymond,
I'm here, Michael. I'm here.
Again, you mentioned PSG won with Luis Enrique, who had won the competition before.
Yes.
Now this is Chelsea's history. Every coach Chelsea have won the Champions League with hadn't won the competition before. Roberto Di Matteo, Thomas Tuchel. So it does not matter.
Anyway, let me Ray, let me go to the line.
You've mentioned only one. You've mentioned only one proper coach. Tuchel.
But
the other one.
But Tuchel hadn't won it before.
The other one didn't coach that team.
Anyway, Eustace Niakwe is joining us. Nami. Eustace, good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Nathan.
Oh, Eustace, if you are by a radio set, please kill it. It's giving us feedback.
Okay. It's off. Yeah.
Wonderful. I don't know which of the Champions League games you want to comment on from last night. You had your eyes on a number of them. So which one tickles your fancy?
Well, Nathan, I'm calling in because I totally support what Raymond is saying. Chelsea is overrated.
Why do you support Raymond this morning?
Minami, in fact, your lunch is for me. Your lunch is on me.
I just want to buttress Raymond's point that if you are world champions, you need to show working. What we saw yesterday night against Bayern Munich are no signs of world champions. If this is how they are playing Bayern Munich, they are not going to win. You see, even already in the English Premiership, those games that they are drawing, those games that Brentford, those games that they are supposed to win, and you look at what Liverpool is doing, I can tell you conclusively, Nathan, it's early in the season, but I'll tell you, Chelsea won't win the league. They won't win the Champions League. The world champion title is a fluke. Look,
no, but Eustace, isn't it a tad too early to say that, because it's one game out of 8 in the group stage? They don't even have to win all 8 games to qualify anyway.
Nathan, if the thing will cook, you will see from start. Now, the truth of the matter is that last season, Sporty only started serious European competition when they got to the knockout stages of the Conference League. Look at the quality of opposition they played. They were fresh when they got to the Club World Cup. They were fresh. Raymond is right. They had two sets of squads. When they got to the Conference League quarterfinal, then they started playing their serious guys.
Yeah, but
those guys played only about 4 or 5 competitive matches in Europe. And that one said, look, it's the Conference League. It's not the Europa League. It's not the Champions League. It's the Conference League.
No, but
they were fresh.
Eustace, it's not Chelsea's fault that when the transfer window was open, some people decided to bolster their teams and others did not. They built a squad and they had the luxury of using 2 teams. That is nobody's fault. It's an advantage they created for themselves.
This season? They went around Nana Kwame Labi and co. They went around shouting world champions. Properly have started.
But they are world champions, not so?
World champions of a preseason tournament.
A tournament that is officially recognized by FIFA. It brought 32 of the world's best clubs.
32 farmers and
are you calling PSG farmers and accountants?
Oh no, but I mean they face teams from Australasia.
But do you know Chelsea got beaten by Flamengo? Flamengo is a top side.
Flamengo, really, Nathan.
but
in the grand scheme of things, are we mentioning Flamengo as a worthy opponent?
Okay, so
this is Vincent Kompany's Bayern Munich.
Yes,
It is not anti-flakes Barcelona. Look, any top team Chelsea meets this season in the Champions League, and I want you to mark my words, they will lose. They will lose.
Ray, I'm saying Ray.
They are overrated.
Eustace, I still believe it's a tad too early.
It's not early.
It's a tad too early to be very definitive concerning Chelsea's chances.
We saw them against Brentford. We've seen them against Bayern Munich. Already there's a pattern. Already they've won 2 games they should have won this season. And that is what Liverpool is showing. The mark of champions. They are putting games to bed. Yesterday against Atletico Madrid, difficult fixture. To be pegged back at 2-2 and show that character, you can tell that Liverpool are a serious team. They are doing serious football.
Okay.
I know my team, Manchester United, is not in the best of positions at the moment.
Yes.
But please, let the Chelsea guys manage their expectations. They should deflate their ego. That's how we go to that. They should deflate his ego.
I don't know why. I don't know why you and Raymond are going on this tangent. It's a little bizarre to me because Chelsea lost 3-1 to Bayern Munich. There's no shame in losing 3-1 to Bayern Munich.
They were well beaten.
This Bayern Munich. This Vincent Kompany Bayern Munich. Oh, Nathan. I mean, when you are carrying the tag of world champions, the expectations were high. They were predicting all over that they were going to cook Bayern and they were going to give revenge for that embarrassment they faced when they lost home and away and etc. etc. They say a lot of things. But you watch the match and you see that this team no reach. They are not ready to be called world champions.
Eustace, they played in a final, beat Paris Saint-Germain. They deserve to be called world champions.
No, Nathan. If you put Chelsea in a seven-game tournament or 8-game tournament, they might deliver for you, but not the Champions League.
But
not the league meant for champions. Not the Premier League, where it's 38 matches.
But the point is that they've only played 3 matches
in the Carabao.
Again,
the Carabao Cup or something. Yeah.
Eustace, again.
This is not their level.
Eustace, again. It is only 3 matches out of 38. So they can surely bounce back and go on a good run and potentially win the league. So we can't rule them out.
Nathan, last season, did we not hear their manager saying that they are not, when they were second and a couple of points off the top of the league, their manager said that they are not in contention?
Yes.
It speaks a lot to the mentality of the club.
I don't think so.
This season, I'm sure we will see same. They will become frustrated in the end and they'll say Maresca out. They'll be shouting all sorts of things. Maurice Caicedo was acclaimed to be one of the best midfielders in the world.
Yes.
Yesterday, I looked at him and I saw a very uncomfortable player. I saw that Maresca
players have bad games.
They had bad games when they made superior tactics.
No, he
had a bad game because he came up against a manager who found a way to stifle him, to neutralize him.
It happens. All players and plans and strategies can always be figured out. Chelsea will now need to respond, and I think they will respond. When I look at their group stage run, I think they have enough in the tank to qualify from the group.
Nathan, I don't agree with you.
Look, listen, they play Benfica next. I think they win that.
Jose Mourinho's Benfica.
Relax. They take on Ajax. I think they win. They take on Karabakh. They'll win.
They'll get draw.
No. They'll beat Karabakh. They host Barcelona. Hey. I think that's a tie Chelsea can handle. It will be tough. I think they can handle. They go to Atalanta. They beat Atalanta. They host Paphos. They will beat Paphos. Then they go to Napoli. I mean, they will make it.
Nathan, the only game Chelsea will possibly win is Paphos.
Paphos. Yes. Nathan, that's true. Because look, this has deflated Barcelona will destroy Chelsea.
I cannot believe
will take Chelsea apart.
I cannot believe that you and Raymond Yamado are on this tangent this morning, just piling on Chelsea for whatever reason. I just don't get it.
Only Paphos.
No, they are not. The World Champion tag is wrong. We should take it off them.
But they won the Club World Cup, so what should they be called? African champions?
Club World Cup champions.
But Club World Cup champions.
When you say World Champions, it makes it look like they won the World Cup. They can't. They don't reach. They are not there.
Do you know that this is the same argument Noah Lyles makes when he hears basketball teams referring to themselves as world champions?
Yes. but Nathan, in all neutrality, do you think the World Club Championship is tougher than the UEFA Champions League?
That is a very complex question to ask because every 4 years the mix will change. You understand?
Yes, so you look at the quality of opposition in the Champions League, and you look at those who show up. I mean, Esperance for team to 2 days and since all they play Club World Cup.
But because it's supposed to be representative of the world, right? And there was a criteria. If you meet the criteria, you go.
Yes, I understand all of that, but I'm saying that the quality is still not up to what it is in the Champions League.
Eustace, even the World Cup does not have 32 strong teams. The World Cup will have teams that show up and get beaten 5, 6, 8, and 10. It happens.
Yes, I can understand that. There will be a few minutes here and there. But Chelsea should not think that they are that team. They are not.
But when they got to the more serious end, they showed up, right? They beat the tougher teams, beat the PSG team that won the Champions League weeks earlier. That should count for something.
To the final. Look at their pathway to the final.
But you beat what is in front of you, right?
And so the PSG game, who are they beating? And I keep saying that if they met the likes of PSG, Bayern Munich, etc., earlier in that tournament, they wouldn't even have won it.
I disagree. I think that Chelsea would have held their own against a lot of those teams.
Well, that's hypothetical. So we can both assume the conditional sentences don't really count for fact.
Again,
the fact of the matter is that yesterday they got schooled.
You see that is true. They got beaten by Bayern Munich. Okay, that's it. It's done. I don't know why.
Napoli will do a job over there.
That is on the 28th of. Eustace, that's on the 28th of January 2026. Maybe by that time, half the Napoli team would have been decimated by injury.
Well, Nathan, I don't understand why these Manchester United fans are not even playing friendly matches. They've come to make noise.
I don't understand.
One thing I want them to
they
do
won't be like me and be humble and be quiet.
Any team, even the greatest Real Madrid, when they play at the Allianz Arena, it is a very difficult game.
Yeah.
How much were this Chelsea 2x4 players at times?
Oh, how? Why you say?
No. Oh, come
Chelsea
on.
have got a good team.
Which team? Which players?
Oh, Charlie. Why
You
go
mention
doing
one.
this?
Mention one.
Okay, Cole Palmer.
Cole Palmer, yes, one.
Moises Caicedo. Joao Pedro.
Why Pedro? Where has he?
Reece James.
Where has he cemented his authority? In the top
he's doing
5
it
strikers in the Premier League, is he part of?
But there's Reece James.
Reece wine. Obetu wine.
Hey, so today are we now throwing water on Reece James's ability as a player?
I just want us to. I just want us to know that yes, Chelsea may have their world champions, all right, and
Man United has Patrick Dogu.
They're world champions. I do understand, but let's not rubbish them like that, especially against Bayern Munich at the Allianz Arena.
Kelvin, that's why I'm saying that. I don't know why Eustace and Raymond are piling on Chelsea. Listen, a game was played.
Yeah.
2 top teams. You have to agree that Bayern Munich Bayern Munich are no slouches.
And you look at the Bayern team. If you are playing
Chelsea
with attackers like Serge Gnabry, Michael Olise, Luis Diaz, Harry Kane, good.
And that's what
you concede 3 with defenders like Chalobah, Adarabioyo, Malu Gusto, and Kukuya. Be happy. Be glad. Take the results in good faith. Go back to England and prepare for the other games.
Yeah, so I don't know why Ray and Eustace are
it's not that Chelsea are extremely bad. No.
Chelsea are not a bad
team. The Bayern Munich team,
they are a very
solid team.
On the night, Chelsea had a bad day. Agree. Write it off as a bad debt. But I will not accept this piling on Chelsea that they are world champions.
You have strikers with a combined age of 62 controlling the game against Chelsea. What?
Combined age.
This agenda.
So strike the average. Strike the average.
30.
Strike the average.
30.
How many players did you add the ages? How many players did you add?
Only Gnabry and Kane tore this team apart. These two words.
You guys,
you
guys, you are.
But they are so world champions. It doesn't take away the fact that they are world champions.
Eustace and Raymond this Saturday. Be ready because Chelsea will show up at Stamford Bridge and dish it out.
Nathan, lie. Amorim, I don't trust the boy, but Amorim will beat this Chelsea team.
Hey, yo,
see, anybody who likes bring money, I bring money. Let's put it on it.
Yo,
Amorim will beat Chelsea. You see, Amorim is not good, but he will beat this Chelsea team.
Hey,
come on.
This Raymond Nyamado and his Eustace.
Hey, are you people sure of what you are saying?
Anybody who is ready.
Raymond, come and let me touch your forehead.
I'm fine.
Let me check the temperature.
Look, Amorim is not good. But this Chelsea team, this is the easiest team Amorim can beat in the league.
You know, he hasn't beaten Chelsea ever since he came to England.
That this Chelsea team, Amorim may lose to any other team. Even newly promoted Leeds United. But Chelsea will not beat.
You will see Saturday. We will all see at Old Trafford.
Will beat this Chelsea team. Simple.
We'll all see at Old Trafford.
This will be the easiest game of Amorim's
I'm saying we'll all see. Relax. We'll all see on Saturday when Chelsea wins by 3-1.
What 3? Turn it around.
Eustace, do you have any comments again away from this very strange argument you are making? Yes.
Let me just briefly affirm what Raymond is saying, that this Chelsea defense will continue to leak goals all season. And I'm telling you that with the way Amorim has shown his setup against big teams from last season.
Well, he lost 3-0 over the weekend.
Oh, yes, he did against Man City. But I'm talking about his record in the league against the big teams. He has usually played on the counter-attack. He will attack this Chelsea team. He will score goals. And look, it might be the best game for Man United thus far this season. It's going to be, look, if a miracle happens for Enzo Maresca, you get a draw over the weekend. But make no mistake about it, Chelsea is not that team. They are not that team. And that is my final submission.
Okay, Eustace, thank you. I don't even know why you and Raymond Nyamado are on this tangent. Michael Asabredu, don't mind these two guys, okay? Don't mind them at all. Do not mind them. If you're a Chelsea fan listening to Raymond and Eustace, don't mind the two of them. Don't mind them. Don't give them any attention. But in terms of the other results, though, Kelvin, Inter Milan, they recorded their first win of the season.
I think second.
Second win. Michael, Inter got, was it their second win or first win?
The second.
Second win.
Second win.
Second win of the season.
It was their second, yeah.
Second win of the season. They beat Ajax by 2 goals.
Yeah, Kivu needed this, and I think the Ajax team is not any team that should have, if Inter's players decide to play for themselves, they should be able to win this game. I have seen the Ajax team, and I don't think that their coach Johnny Heitinga, could give, that this Inter team any problems on the day, and you could clearly see that. They just had to just run riot through. I think Ajax need another level of revolution, maybe in the next 2 years, to get back to that team we saw under Eric Ten Hag that caused havoc, beating Real Madrid at the Bernabeu and, eliminating teams anyhow. This result, it's a plus for Kivu. It's a lifeline extended for him. We know how ruthless the Italians are. They don't care about who you are, what you've done for the club. Once you fail to get them the results, they are going to show you, the door, and you will just walk out. Now, what this result will mean that, yes, at least he's gotten us some good step in the Champions League to start with. Now, what he needs to perfect is his form and performance in the league,
the Serie A,
which I think that the players themselves would uplift it. That loss to Juventus can come on any day. I think Juventus were just extremely difficult for them on that day. And Tudor, for me, it's a better coach than Kivu. Kivu is a novice. He needs some more time to, leap when it comes to coaching. And I don't know if Inter would give him that opportunity. The Inter team that we are seeing still has, a number of areas which I think they would need to cement. Maybe Hakan Çalhanoğlu and Henrik Mkhitaryan last 2 seasons were giving you that sort of performance you wanted. But this season, is it going to be the same? And Kivu is not tweaking anything that was being used by Simeone
Inzaghi.
And
He's kept it.
Exactly, and that for me is problematic, because some managers may have certain players, they'll use them in a way you may not be able to utilize them how you want or draw the same level of quality from them. It's the reason why now many say Real Madrid has a very resolute defensive unit. Why? It's all because of coaching. Alonso is not playing that style that was being adopted by, Carlo Ancelotti. He wants more control. It's the reason why now Aurelien Tchouameni has come to his senses that I don't need to be touching the ball so many times as a DM. Do the simple passing, get into position, and allow the game to flow. So Kivu would have to take his time one way or another to just loosen up that midfield and get in, other players who would come in and then and show up. The likes of Peter Zelinski, Fratesi, all are at Inter, but they haven't really been utilized to the max. It behoves on Kivu to get the very best. This is a good start. This is a good start for them. But you look at the rest of the games that they will play in the Champions League and you start asking yourself questions. Would Inter be able to get those results? They go back home and they play against Slavia Praha, which I think that at the Giuseppe Meazza should be a game that they should win. Then they travel to Union Saint-Gilloise. They are troublesome, all right. But I think
Inter should be able to handle
at least
them.
A point.
Yes.
Karat at home, they should be good.
Then they go to
Atletico Madrid team that I'm seeing, if you work things very well, we've seen how they've struggled from the start of the season. If you're able to do your homework well, you can get a point at the Wanda Metropolitano. Then
they host Liverpool.
They host Liverpool. That is where the problem is, because the Liverpool team that we are seeing this season, I just say two. Then enter against Arsenal. That is a game that would also be a bit difficult for them. But looking at this result, it's positive. They beat Slavia Praha, they beat Union Saint-Gilloise, Karat, and they will be having like 12 points there, which means that the final 3 games or 4 games that they will play, if they manage to get one win at home, get at least a draw, they could be inching closer to qualifying for it. But if you look at how they play, I don't think Kivu is good enough to fill into the shoes that has been left by Simeone Inzaghi. It's going to be quite difficult for him to match up.
The final game, in terms of our discussion, Liverpool 3, Atletico Madrid 2. Liverpool took a 2-goal lead. And Michael, we were talking about this game yesterday, and Atletico's tendencies to go to Anfield and cause problems. And they almost did. Marcos Llorente, he has 4 goals alone against Liverpool. He seems to enjoy playing against Liverpool.
You see, Michael, before you come in, that game was the game of the night. Not the Bayern Munich Chelsea.
Okay.
All right, it's the game. We accept it was the game of the night. You win.
Game of the night.
Michael, let me ask you this. Some people think that Liverpool's ability to win games late is a sign of a strong mentality. Some people think it is rather a sign of a problem that will eventually catch up with Liverpool along the line. Where do you stand on this?
I think it fits more of 2 sides of the coin, both angles or both perspectives hold true. And I say this because, one, if a team has to regularly pick themselves out of a ditch they created and then they're able to salvage the situation, I think it is positive. I referenced this yesterday as part of our discussions that Liverpool are not perfect yet, but they have found a way to get perfect results. So they are playing everything. It is not up to the standard that they expect. Maybe offensively, because they are getting the goals, but defensively, they've had issues right from the Community Shield to their first game in the Premier League until now. They've had defensive issues, and the symptoms are clear. It shows up in every game. Against Bournemouth, similarly, they were leading 2-0. Then they had to dig deep and find a win after the game had been pegged at 3-2. Eventually, they had to 2-2. Sorry, eventually they had to win by 4 goals. So you look at all these issues. They had very fundamental defensive issues in this Liverpool team, and that starts with their midfield. Their midfield is excellent when they have possession of the ball, but when they don't have possession of the ball and they have to deal with quick transitions that the opponent will set up against them, then they have issues dealing with them because they have offensive-oriented fullbacks, whether at the left or the right. Jeremy Frimpong will search forward. If it is Conor Bradley, he would do Bradley. Then on the left, you have Milos Kekes or Andy Robertson. These are offensive-minded fullbacks. And whenever they are pushing forward, it leaves or exposes someone like Virgil van Dijk and then Ibrahima Konate. Now, Van Dijk is not getting any younger. So the more he's exposed, the more difficult is it for him to recover. And the recoveries have not been coming in. The opponents have been enjoying this. And I think as a lot, we need to find solutions to this problem in the Liverpool team. If it means adjusting the shape of the team, especially when they are without the ball, it will help them. And I think he's trying to find his way around it. There have been times where you see in the game, there was one particular game, I know it was for lack of personnel, but they had to play Dominic Szoboszlai as a right back, and he did cover excellently. When they were without possession, he joined the back 2 of Van Dijk and Konate to form a back 3 sort of. There have been times where Ryan Gravenberch have dropped to form part of the back 3 with himself and then Van Dijk and then Konate. I think they will need to sort out these issues with time. And that is true. So it means that the issues that are rearing its head, the symptoms that we are seeing, if not dealt with, could eventually come back to bite Liverpool at a stage where they least expect. These are the early stages, and it's good that their defensive issues are showing up so that they'll be able to deal with it because they have a lot of time to sort out these issues. Again, the positive thing is that in as much as they are defensively weak, the offense have been on song. They've been hitting the notes very, very correctly, and they are getting a perfect rhythm from the results that they are. Yesterday, people felt they would draw. I kept telling those I was watching the game that Liverpool were going to score a 10th goal, and it was coming. And they were asking me how, and I said, one, it was about the scene. It is Anfield. Liverpool needs a goal. They need that 12-man to add their voice to the pressure they want to exert on Atletico Madrid. And Anfield was the perfect venue. The fans never stopped chanting, they never stopped believing, and they never stopped urging the players forward. 2, on the evidence of what they had done in previous weeks, the Liverpool team, instead of maybe cowering under pressure and then not giving their best, they believed that they could dig deep and find something because they had done it previously. They had been doing this just right before their game against Atletico. They won in the latter stages against Burnley. They have won in latter stages against Bournemouth, against Newcastle. So they have been doing this on a consistent basis. So the team knew that they needed to just find confidence, dig deep, and then the goal will come. So it was not surprising. Even when they scored the goal, you just check the celebration. They knew it was coming. So I think they've done this and done it again, and it's giving them that confidence to continue to do what they want to do. And it is good. So it is two sides of the coin. It is not good they are conceding goals at the counter, but I think it is also positive that they are able to find a result even when the odds are stacked against them. And that speaks of a team with character, and they can build on this subsequently and improve because they are not a finished article yet. They are not playing their best football yet. The likes of Isaac have not even been well integrated into the team yet. And just look at what they are doing. So just imagine if Arne Slot is able to sort things out with his coaching and then make sure this Liverpool team are solid defensively, and then they are still solid in terms of their offensive actions. Trust me, there will be that team to beat. And they remain one of the favorites for this season's UEFA Champions League, albeit they don't really have a strong defense.
Great stuff. I mean, I totally agree. I think I lean more rather to a strong show of mentality. I don't think it's a problem now. I wonder if there is even a problem or how it will even manifest as they go along, So I think the mentality is good and strong. And I think a lot more of these are the reasons, why teams will cross the line eventually. Because in the other half of the season, when your mind is tired, legs are tired and all of that, you still need to find winners late on to get you across the line. And it's always the difference between 1 point and 3, or a semi-final and a final, or the thing that gets you past the line to win a trophy. So I agree with you. I think that is more mentality than anything. If there's a problem, we wait to see. Michael, finally, let's wrap it up. There are some games today, 2 matches of importance, Man City and Napoli. Once Kevin De Bruyne went to Napoli, I just had a funny feeling UEFA would somehow put them together and they would meet. So Kevin De Bruyne's first Champions League game as an ex-Man City player is against his former team at the Etihad. Quick thoughts on this, how this one will play out tonight at the Etihad.
I think they will give him a rousing welcome. I can't say same for Scott McTominay. He belongs to the red side,
yes.
So the reception, I think it is the City fans will definitely pay homage to him. They will make sure the reception is very positive, and then he will enjoy his return to the side. They know that with Pep permitting and injuries allowed, he will still have been a Manchester City player. It is not his wish that he left the club. It was a club's decision that they couldn't continue with him, and so the fans will understand this. But it is Pep versus Antonio Conte. Conte has started in the league, in the Serie A, and that is where his team's quality reaches. They don't exceed that. I think that Napoli are that good. They are good just in the confines of the Serie A. If it escalates into Europe, I think they will pale when compared to the other top European sides. But they still hold their own. They still have some of the decent squads across Europe. On any given, they can play their game and do well. But I think they are relatively lack of European experience. Last season, they did not play in Europe, but some of these Napoli players have played in the European competitions before. But you don't really trust Antonio Conte to deliver on the big European nights. And Pep Guardiola would need a big result to start the competition. Definitely, despite their issues, they are one of the favorites for the competition. So you expect them to start well. And it's at the Etihad. Don't forget how they demolished Manchester United. I'm tipping Manchester City to win against Napoli, but it won't be that easy. Napoli will also try to show up. They will try to attack. They will try to do their bit. But I think in the end, the team that looks likely to win this will be Manchester City, all because they have too much quality, both on the bench and in the starting 11. And then Pep is eager to prove a point that he might have had a very bad season last term in the Champions League, but is ready to make amends, and he's ready to show that is one of those managers who should be revered in the context of this competition. So you would have to give it to him. But it should be an interesting game, particularly the midfield. Napoli have an excellent midfield. Frank Zombo Ngisa Stanislav Lobotka as the single pivot, Zombo Anguissa on the right, then you have Scott McTominay on the left, and Kevin De Bruyne through the middle. This is a midfield with rich balance. De Bruyne can play, Lobotka can play, and then you add the rigidity, and then and then the physicality of players like Zombo Anguissa and then Scott McTominay. It should be an interesting Napoli midfield. Now, how would Manchester City set up? Over the weekend, we saw how they deployed Rodri and the kind of assuredness he brought to the Manchester City middle. He calmed things down. He was able to circulate the ball well. Distribution was on point. And then again, providing enough protection for the defensive line. I think there is something that Rodri adds to this Manchester City midfield that no other single player in the squad brings. It is that composure in the middle. He makes sure that they are not threatened, especially when they are not with the ball or they don't have possession. He calms everything down, and then he's able to seize the occasion and make it Manchester City's own. Check the first goal that Manchester City scored against Manchester United. Before Doku went past Luke Shaw that he did not really exist, he took the life out of Luke Shaw. That pass came from Rodri. He calmed down, picked an intelligent pass to Doku that when Doku received it, he only had one intention, to race at the Manchester United defenders. And clearly, it tells of the passing range of someone like Rodri. So I think if it's in the Manchester City team, he automatically makes them better. He improves their midfield play. So Rodri, Tijani Reinders, and then Bernardo Silva, I think they will add that silver layer to the Manchester City midfield, make them better and make them improve. So I'm quite intrigued about how the midfield battle will look like, that of Napoli and that of Manchester City. And with the City team we've seen now are not that ultra pressing machine that we used to know in times past. Now it looks like they're a bit tactful in terms of initiating their press. They bait opponents to an extent where maybe in the second phase of their build-up, then they press them to try and win the ball. Then again, I'll use the Manchester United game as the case study. The third goal that Manchester City scored, check where City won the ball. It was just on the half line. Previous Man City sides would have pressed higher into the opponent's half to try and retrieve possession, but they baited Manchester United. Come attack us, build up close to where we are. So Manchester United were like in the center circle, just right into the Manchester City half. And when City won the ball, quick transition, they were able to quickly attack Manchester United, and then they scored from there. So you have to look at some of these things, how City will allow Napoli to build up, where they will want to initiate or trigger their press, try to retrieve possession and work things out. There's a tactful Manchester City side, and it fits into the kind of coaching setup that Pep has. Pep Linders is not your typical Pep Guardiola type of assistant. He worked with Jurgen Klopp. It means Pep is willing to accommodate other coaching or other principles of coaching or other principles of play to try and then alter his game to see how best he can bring the performances from this Manchester City team. And I think so far it is working. So I want to see how the midfield will play against Napoli's midfield, and then also look at some other principles of play in terms of the team shape, the adjustment in terms of positioning, and then other stuff like pressing. It should be an interesting game, but overall I'm tipping Manchester United to carry the day.
No, Man City, you mean? Manchester United are nowhere near the current Champions League configuration.
So I said that to calm Raymond down.
But Man United can't even beat this Napoli team if they met in a friendly game. Anyway, the other standout game for tonight, Newcastle versus Barcelona. Barcelona do not have Lamine Yamal for whatever reason. Some people are speculating certain things I don't want to go into. But Lamine Yamal will not be available in tonight's game. Eddie Howe will take on Hansi Flick. It will be an interesting game. I'd love to see how Newcastle will take on this very interesting Barcelona side, super attacking side. Let's see if Newcastle can conjure up great atmosphere and fight and resilience. Anyway, that's the Champions League picture for tonight. A quick run through the games, and then we take a quick break. Club Brugge versus Monaco is at 4:45. FC Copenhagen and Bayer Leverkusen play at 4:45. And then the 7 p.m. games, Man City, Napoli, Frankfurt, Galatasaray, Sporting CP taking on Kairat Almaty, who are debutants, and Newcastle taking on Barcelona. Send your comments 054-257-1061. We'll take a quick break, but before we do, MTN is telling you that MTN Free After One Extra is here. You can talk for 1 whole hour uninterrupted while paying for only the first minute of every 10 minutes you talk, which means for every 10 minutes you talk within the hour, you pay for the first minute and you get to talk for 60 minutes straight without any interruptions. If you like what you hear, it's not enough. There's even more. You get 100 MB of data for free after every call or after your first call on Saturday. So now it's time to talk extra with all the people you love. To subscribe to MTN Free After One Extra today, just dial *550#. Yes, *550#, and follow the prompts. All right, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll do some athletics. We'll cross over. We'll cross over to Japan. We'll catch up with Yao Fusulabi to keep us updated on the World Athletics Championship currently taking place in Tokyo. This is the Sporty Breakfast. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Accra. Well, still on the Champions League conversation, and good time to hear our thoughts on the show this morning. I'll open the phone lines in the next 2 minutes. You share your thoughts with us on the conversation we've had on the Champions League so far. You either want to do a review or you want to get into today's games and help us with a quick preview on the games that will be happening tonight. But tonight, Club Brugge will take on Monaco at 4:45. Copenhagen will take on Bayern Leverkusen at 6:45. Manchester City take on Napoli at 7. Frankfurt take on Galatasaray at 7. Sporting CP take on Kairat Almaty at 7. And Newcastle will play Barcelona at 7. So these are the games to look forward to tonight. Kelvin, before I bring our listeners into the conversation, final thoughts. Which games excite you tonight? Which games do you want to watch? Which games should excite fans tonight in the Champions League?
Well, I would want to see, the Manchester City Napoli game. Big game, very big clash. Pep Guardiola, with all his struggles from the start of the season, inconsistent performances. Now his team seems to have started picking up the game, starting from Erling Haaland and then the quality. There is also that, Kevin De Bruyne interest, playing against his former club. There is Rasmus Hojlund for all his struggles at Manchester United, who will want to prove a point. And then, Scott McTominay, one who's been seen as a very brilliant player. And you look at the Napoli team, and they have a very good team and a very good coach who's played against Pep Guardiola, knows how he sets up his team, knows how difficult it is to play against him, and especially at the Etihad. So it's going to be a very good battle, but I'll be more concentrated on that battle in midfield, where Stanislav Lobotka, Andre Frank Zambo Anguissa, as well as Kevin De Bruyne, Scott McTominay will be faring against Bernardo Silva, Phil Foden, Rodri, and then Tijani Reinders to see how best they can neutralize that. But I think that Donnarumma may be the difference for Manchester City. Very good goalkeeper, and we saw that in the Premier League over the weekend, how he managed to save that brilliant delivery that many thought would have just been inside in the net to beat Manchester United by 3-0. I think City.
Kevin, how much of a role does KDB play in that game for Napoli? He knows the Manchester City team. He knows the defense. He knows the midfield, what they like, what they don't like. Whether I am high pressing Rodri, if the press trigger is supposed to be Josko Vardio, who may likely start in the heart of defense. He knows everything. He knows, if not everything, about 70% of what Manchester City do and how Pep Guardiola's, dominant perception, it's about the game. He knows, and that could feed into the game. And with such a player like that, it clearly gives you an opportunity to unlock, lots of things that would be in your opponent's team. Nico O'Reilly and the rest, Abdelkader Kushanov, who may be starting the game, all have issues where I think that Matteo Politano and then Rasmus Hojlund could be taking advantage. Now, just like I said, there's a point to prove for Scott McTominay. There's a point to prove for Rasmus Hojlund. And then there's, the unlocking that Kevin De Bruyne would have to do for his new team on his return to the Etihad. Mostly when it works big time when you are returning to your former club. If it doesn't work, it is woeful. I think that is going to be a good battle. But City at the Etihad, I think they'll stand a better chance of winning this game. And for FC Barcelona against Newcastle United, I think Barcelona can come to, the St. James Park and win. Newcastle don't have that firepower. Yes, Jean Wissa and the likes will be looking forward to cause him trouble. But let's not forget that he's unavailable because of his knee injury. Now they would have to depend on Nick Woltmer, they have Evans, and then Anthony Elanga, who he opened his account last weekend.
Yeah, he did open his account. But for the other two players, Harvey Barnes and then Elanga, who are supposed to be supporting, they are not clinical enough. Barcelona should be able to get the maximum points from this particular game. The rest of the games seems to be, balanced. It could go either way. But Sporting Club, you were mentioning about Kairat Almaty, who can pull a surprise just like Bodo Glimt and then that is Paphos did last night. But I don't see how they are going to trouble Sporting Club Portugal. Sporting know that, yes, we've seen new or debutants cause trouble, and with the sort of quality that they have, Luis Suarez, Araujo, and then Ricardo Mangas and all that, I still think that this Kairat Almaty shouldn't be a very difficult game. So we expect some very good games, and hopefully we get some very good results. It's good that Bayer Leverkusen sacked That is Eric Ten Hag. Yes, they're going to play against Copenhagen, and it should come good. Yeah, so Raymond, that should be it. So hopefully Mohamed Salisu starts against Club Brugge. We'll wait to see if Labile Poba would be able to, make an appearance in this particular game. But let's not forget, he's still not, too fit and ready yet. Following Balogun, Mika Biareth and the likes, Takumi Minamino, all these players are players that we'll be looking forward to.
Right, Kelvin, big thank you to you for joining us on the show this morning. I'll get into a conversation with Yao Labi in a bit, Yao Fusulabi in a bit, but just hang on for me in a bit, because I would allow you to share your thoughts with us on the show this morning. In the next 2 or 3 minutes, I'll open the phone lines for you to join us with your thoughts on the Champions League action we are looking forward tonight. So keep listening to Sporty 106.1 FM and keep listening to Sporty Breakfast. Kawawa has joined me on the line. Yes, okay, no, I'll not call him Kawawa. Let me call him Yao Fosulabi. Yao Fosulabi has joined me on the line. Yao, good morning to you. Oh, me, Charlie. Sorry. Yao, what time of the day is it for you? I almost thought we were in Ghana.
It's almost 7 p.m.
It's almost 7 p.m. Right. Good to have you. It's day 6 of the World Athletics Championships, but there's a little matter of the enhanced games that I know you and I are excited about. We are going to Las Vegas in May in 2026.
I am not excited about them. Please.
Wow. Yeah, well, Kawa, it's day 6. What should we look forward to? I mean, okay, let's start from day 5. What was day 5 like for Team Ghana?
So day 5 was another disappointing day for Team Ghana. Ibrahim Fuseni could not make it past the first round in the men's 200 meters. So that was really just how it went. And I think that today we are just trying to rush to the stadium now to watch Rose Yeboah compete in the women's high jump. And I mean, if anybody can qualify to a final, it should be her. So we are just hoping, fingers crossed, to see how well he does today at the Japan National Stadium.
Right. So let's do a quick review of what happened yesterday. What were some of the exciting things that happened yesterday on day 5?
Some of the exciting things that happened yesterday, day 5. One of the main things was that Kenyan sprinter. She's a middle distance runner, really. The 3,000 meter steeplechase, Faith Heritage. The Kenyans have 2 Faiths in running. There's Faith Kipyegon, who is the mama Faith, and then Faith Heritage, who's the baby Faith. And baby Faith went in there and she won a gold for Kenya in the 3,000 meter steeplechase. And that was an incredible finish, really, because she was able to break the championship record. And that was hugely impressive. I mean, everybody in the stadium was applauding her because it was a really, really good run. And also she was able to upstage Olympic champion Winfred Yavi, who is a Kenyan-born Bahraini at this point. I mean, she opted to run for Bahrain, and St. Heritage beat her to that medal, and she won a gold medal for her country. So I think that was the major highlight of yesterday. But also there was Isaac Nader, the man from Portugal, who also won the 3,000 meter men's steeplechase race. And it was also in fine fashion, really, because look, you never see long distance running have a photo finish, but Isaac Nader was able to get a photo finish in there, and just at the line, he was able to grab the gold medal. So, I mean, I think that yesterday was an incredible day, but today will be even better because the men's 400 meter final and the women's 400 meter final will all be today. And it will be hugely, hugely contested. In the men's 400 meter final, there are 5 Africans in the final. So that should tell you that, there's a lot going to happen, and we are just ready to bring you all those news.
Yeah, and there's a lot of excitement about the women's 400 meter final because a lot of people are tipping Sydney to possibly break the world record. That's also created a bit of buzz around that event too.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, Sydney McLaughlin is already a legend in 400 meter hurdles running, and now that she's coming to the 400 meters, there's a lot of expectations that she wins the gold medal. But I think that breaking the world record will be something that will also be on the cards for her. And from what she ran at the in the semi-final, it should in the heat and in the semi-final, it should give you an inkling that the world record is possibly within reach for her. I mean, she's been able to break the American record, which is really huge. Yeah. And looking at the world record has stood for a really, really long time. And they're just looking to break it this time around. And look, it's actually quite funny because you kind of feel like World Athletics is even looking to make looking for them to break that record because they've had 2 days rest and then they are going to run today. So it's exciting to see how that race is going to pan out.
And there's a little matter of the 200 meters to settle. There's a semi-final contest for the men and women. Who should we be looking out for in the 200 meter semi-finals? Male, female?
Male.
Yeah, can you hear me
now for the Jamaican Brian? I can hear you.
Okay,
it's just the connection. The connection is a bit slow now because we're on the train.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah.
So I'll let you go in a bit. So just wrap up for me. So I'll let you go.
Yeah, but the Jamaican Brian Lavelle, from what he ran in the men's 200 meter heats, it was incredible. 1984 is what he ran in the heat, and if you can remember, in 2012 when Jamaica did a clean sweep of the men's 200 meters, where Usain Bolt, Johan Blake, and Warren Weir all picked up gold, silver, and bronze for Jamaica. That was actually the time Warren Weir ran to pick up that bronze medal. So for him to do that in the heat, everyone is just holding on with bated breath to see what he does in the semi-final and what he could possibly do in the final if he qualifies. But already there's a lot of eyes on Brian Lavelle. There's also a lot of eyes on Letsile Tebogo at this point because of a disqualification from the men's 100 meters, you expect that in the 200 meters is going to show that as Olympic champion is coming in to pick up the world title as well. And then we can't overlook Noah Lyles really, because I mean he's the man for the men's 200 meters. And then Kenny Bednarik, and he is also looking forward to that 200 meter title. He needs a medal badly at this competition.
Right. I'm sure. Okay, I think that
he would possibly want to win that.
Right. The connection is getting a bit dodgy. So let me.
Raymond. Yeah.
The connection was a bit jerky at a point, but not to take too much of your time. Wrap up comments. What should we expect today? Possibly, are we going to see a Ghanaian finish in the final? Rosie Yeboah, just like you said, is it going to happen? Is it not going to happen? What should we expect?
So Rosie Yeboah, it would probably happen for her, and we are just hoping. We are just hoping that it happens really, because Ghana desperately needs someone to be the shining light of this World Championships, and I hope it's Rosie Yeboah today. But also the men's 400, the women's 400. I think the women's 400 meter world record is going to go today, and hopefully it does. And then the men's 400 meters will also be exciting to watch. So I just want to urge all our viewers on social media and all our listeners to stay with us on Sporty FM, and we're going to give them nothing but the best updates. Right.
Thank you very much, Yao, for your time on the show this morning. And say hello to Fentu. I think he's in the background somewhere. Right. Yes. I see him. Fent, have a good one.
Atahir.
Well, so that was our man, Yao, joining us from Tokyo. He's covering the World Athletics Championships for Sporty FM, and bringing us up to speed on what to expect on day 6 of the competition. And he brought us up to speed on what happened yesterday as well. Well, we're looking forward to Rosie Yeboah making Ghana proud in this competition. And we're also looking forward to some exciting contests later today. Men's 200 meters semi-finals, women's semi-finals as well in the 200 meters. And then there's a final of the men's 400 and women's 400 coming up today. But Kelvin, a quick thought on what we should look forward to today, and then we quickly have a conversation around lacrosse.
Well, I think I was speaking extensively. We'll be waiting to see, new records and to see the notable names, the favorites, live up to the party. Not be like Holloway and then Samukonga and the likes who, out of too much talk, too much, sort of how do we put it? They overconfident, fail to perform and then get to the final stages of the various competitions that they play. So we're looking forward to that, and I expect that the competition will be tighter now. Not losing their previous titles, we'll be looking forward to getting better than we actually saw them. So just in the next couple of minutes, the start of today's competition or event will begin, and then we'll be waiting for some great reactions from whatever would happen from the games.
Right. Kelvin, thank you very much for your time on the show this morning. So this is Sporty Breakfast, and you're live on Sporty 106.1 FM in Accra, 102.5 in Takoradi, and 91.3 in Kumasi. I'll open the phone lines in a bit, as I promised, but let me quickly get this conversation done. And there's a little matter of lacrosse. If you've not heard of lacrosse before, or lacrosse, yes, lacrosse, yeah, lacrosse. I'm joined in studio by the president or the head of Ghana Lacrosse, and he's joining me in studio to talk about what they have planned for us for the rest of the year and what they have coming up in the next few days. But Evans has joined me in studio. So Ivan Sintiamo is here with me. He's the president of the Ghana Lacrosse Association, and he'll be sharing his thoughts with us on lacrosse and helping us understand it and how we can better understand it in a live game. Let's welcome him. Evans, good morning to you and welcome to Sporty Breakfast.
Good morning, Ray. Thanks for having me.
It's been a while since your last appearance on the show. We haven't really caught up on what's been going on with lacrosse. But for our listeners who don't know lacrosse, what is lacrosse?
Okay, so good morning to your listeners. Lacrosse is a North American sport. It's an airborne game where you use the lacrosse stick, the lacrosse ball, and then the lacrosse helmet as a safeguarding mechanism to protect all the athletes. So it simulates the movement in handball, as in the throwing and the catching, the movement in basketball, and then also hockey. So you can even kick the ball once it's on the floor or scoop with a stick and then you pass. Playing on 6v6, that is 6 aside, or it can be played on the 10 aside, that's the field lacrosse. So we have the field lacrosse that is played on 10 aside, 1 goalie, 3-3-3. And then we have the 6v6 format. That is also more like a fast-paced form of lacrosse that has been adopted for the Olympic Games in 2028.
Oh, so it's going to feature at the Olympics in 2028.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So in terms of other sports that we know, which sport comes closest to the description that you are giving me as lacrosse?
So in terms of movement and scoring and all that, it looks more like handball. But this time around, you have a lacrosse stick that you use.
So the stick catches the ball?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the
stick has a net?
It has
sort
a net.
of. So it catches the ball? Yeah. Okay, right.
It catches the ball.
So what have you been up to? What have you been up to? Trying to get people to understand the sport, trying to sensitize Ghanaians on lacrosse. How far have you gone with that project?
Okay, so in terms of growing the sports, basically we look at the grassroots initiatives to get all the younger athletes in our schools and our communities to play the sports of lacrosse. And you can only excel in the game when you are given opportunities to compete at the local and then the international front as well. So just last week we received the procedures necessary to qualify a team to the Olympics. And fortunately for us, in terms of our planning, we had already launched the Founders Day Lacrosse 6-6 because the Olympic Games is in 2028. However, every other lacrosse initiative is focusing on the 6-6.
Okay.
So in terms of planning, we brought the game here in Accra at the American International School Sports Complex to get the media, our stakeholders, potential sponsors, and our sponsors to come and learn and experience the fast-paced sports of lacrosse as part of what we call the Wildfire Lacrosse Festival, where we have athletes from across the globe coming in to support the growth of lacrosse, donating lacrosse equipment, and also a way to attract people to tour Ghana and experience our beautiful country. So that is what lacrosse has brought to us in terms of the game. And our initiative next Monday is what to drive the crowd and the people involved to learn the sport. So, yeah.
Right. So let's talk about Monday. Let's talk about the event you have on Monday. Tell us about it. Where is it happening? When is it happening? What time? And who's invited?
So the event on Monday is what we've dubbed the Founders Day Lacrosse 6-6. And that is the maiden edition of the lacrosse event. It's happening at the AIS, that's the American International School Sports Complex, that's the Boundary Road, East Legon. And then it starts in at 11:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. So in the early hours of the event, we will do grassroots training or grassroots introduction to invited guests, children in Ghana, Accra, Medina, Hacho, Atomic, Ashaman will visit to experience the sport of lacrosse before we do the exhibition or the Founders Day game. And it is open to public. You are not paying any fee to experience lacrosse or have the stick to throw and catch or pass. So basically, that is how we...
So it's more of an exhibition for those who don't know the sport, those who haven't seen it being played before.
Right.
To come in there and have, a bird's eye view of everything how lacrosse looks like. That's it.
Yeah.
So how many hours are we gonna have to spend there to watch a session? Or you're gonna have several sessions, right?
Yeah.
So how many hours or how many minutes is the game played?
So in the 6-6 format, it's played in quarters, and every quarter is 8 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, so for every quarter, you play 2 quarters on a side, and that is a half. And then you switch, and then you play the other 2 quarters.
So top 30 minutes, you are done with watching one game? 30,
40 minutes, we are done with the session.
Wow. So where are we coming to again?
So if you can hear me, we having an event at the American International School Sports Complex. That's the Boundary Road, East Legon in Accra.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Boundary Road. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I have an idea where that is. What time is it starting?
Starting at 11:30 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Okay, so it's open to the general public.
It's open to the general public. And one element that we have attached is with one of our partners, that's Amakes, who helps us in the safeguarding on the athletes. Will be given opportunity to reach out to those who want to experience the sport of lacrosse, understand the core aspect of the game, that the safeguarding is very important to improve our retention. So those are the partners that we are running with to get this, our maiden event done. Yeah.
Right. So do you have materials for people to go online and watch what the sport is like? Do you have materials online you would want to share? We want to share with our listeners so they actually get onto the internet and then check out what lacrosse is all about.
Yes. So the DNA of Ghana Lacrosse is on our website.
Okay.
Everything Ghana Lacrosse is on our website. That is www.ghanalacrosse.org.
Okay.
If you go on the social media, Facebook, Instagram, X, even LinkedIn, you'll see the DNA of Ghana Lacrosse out there. And then after this event, we also roll out coaching and officiating programs for people who want to experience the sport and become officials, because you cannot leave out people who physically are not there to play, but they could be officials, they could help in scoring, they could help in every other bit of the sport, and that is the opportunity that we will open to them.
Lacrosse is very American, right?
Yeah.
How are Ghanaians, getting on with it? And in terms of Africa, are African countries embracing the sport lacrosse as well?
Yes, so thankfully for some of these high school movies people watch, once they see you with the lacrosse equipment, they are able to identify the sport. And like you rightly mentioned, it's a Northern American sport, but based on how we tend to introduce the sport, people see it more like a classic sport that they would want to experience, especially the helmets, the goggles, the protective gear. Once they see it, they would love to have a piece of that event, and that is what we tend to actually attract people to come on board, experience the game, and also support the game in that regard.
All right. So hopefully we'll meet at the 6-6, the Founders Day 6x6, right?
Yes.
That's it?
Yes, 6-6. So it's for the Founders Day 6-6 lacrosse.
Okay, Founders Day 6-6 lacrosse.
Yes, and it's happening on the 22nd.
22nd, yeah.
The holiday,
yeah,
next
the holiday,
Monday,
yeah.
yes.
Okay, so I would meet you there. I would meet you at the American International School
Sports Complex.
Right, American International School Sports Complex. That's where the event is happening. Would see you there. Come watch lacrosse. Lacrosse definitely should, I mean, in terms of qualifying to the Olympics, is Ghana in a good position? Or do we find ourselves in a spot where we could easily make it?
Yes. So
with our national team?
With
right?
our national team.
Okay.
Yeah, because the qualification to the Olympics, it's only open to the 4 members.
Okay.
And then Ghana gained full membership last year, and that puts us against Kenya, Uganda, and Ivory Coast, whom we are confident that we are able to qualify and then be one of the team sports to represent Ghana at the early 2028.
Right,
yeah.
right. Evans, we wish you well as you try to project lacrosse in Ghana and try to make it a sport that, you know, a lot of young ones would adopt and, you know, fall in love with. We wish you all the best, and hopefully on Monday we'll be there to support you at your event. Thank you very much for your time.
Thanks, Ray.
So that was Evans Ntiamwa. He's the president of Ghana Lacrosse Association. They have an event on Monday, the 22nd of September 2026, 25? 2026 must come early. And they will be having an event at the American International School Sports Complex in East Legon, Boundary Road, East Legon. And so you are invited. Come and watch lacrosse, come and understand lacrosse, and then you never know, that could be your next sport. If you can't play football, if you can't run, if you can't swim, if you can't play golf, if you can't play volleyball, maybe lacrosse could be your sport. So let's meet you at the American International School Sports Complex and then watch that exhibition of